Let's dive right into this explainer and, finally separate fact from fiction when it comes to the upcoming iPhone 18 Pro Max. Because, man, there is just a mountain of noise out there right now. So today, we're going to cut through all that clutter together. We're relying on grounded data and expert analysis from folks over at PC Mag, GSM Arena, and Alibaba Electronics Hub to really figure out what this phone actually is, what it definitely isn't, and most importantly, if it's actually worth your hard-earned cash. So, we're kicking things off with a question that's been absolutely raging across social media lately. Is Apple really forcing a massive port change back to MagSafe and just completely ditching USB-C? I mean, you've probably seen those viral videos floating around on TikTok and X showing this exact thing, and obviously it sparked a ton of outrage. People are thinking Apple's just pulling a fast one to force us all to buy brand new chargers again.
Well, PC Mag has unequivocally called this out. The headline literally reads, "Hoax alert. No, Apple is not making this major change on iPhone 18. Get this. Despite racking up 16.8 million views on a viral TikTok by an account called Apple Lux, this supposed port change is entirely an AI-generated hoax. It is honestly kind of terrifying how good AI generation has gotten, right? Like it fooled nearly 17 million people. But yeah, that concept video is purely fiction.
And honestly, this just brilliantly illustrates how crazy the rumor mill gets. Because when you actually break down the facts, the whole idea makes zero sense. First off, the European Union legally mandated USB-C for all smartphones in their market. That was a massive reason Apple finally switched to USB-C on the iPhone 15 in the first place. Reversing course now? That wouldn't just violate those EU mandates, it would massively frustrate millions of users who literally just updated their entire cable ecosystems. Plus, as PC Mag points out, existing MagSafe charging pucks already plug into USB-C wall adapters anyway. So yeah, rest easy, Apple is for sure keeping USB-C.
Section 1. The real credible specs. Let's look at what the data actually says. Now, the sheer scale of the hardware we're dealing with here is just fascinating. According to GSM Arena, we are looking at a massive 6.9-inch LTPO Super Retina XDR display, which in plain English basically means you're getting an ultra-bright, incredibly color-accurate, and super power-efficient screen. And to power that giant display, they're packing in a hefty 5,567 mAh battery, specifically in the eSIM-only model. Alibaba Hub notes that should deliver up to 28 hours of video playback. Under the hood, it's packing 12 gigs of RAM and running iOS 27 straight out of the box. Seriously, that is one beefy machine. Apple's also refining the physical layout a bit. The dynamic island, as we know it, it's shrinking. Industry leaks are actually pointing to a repositioned top-left punch-hole camera that replaces that traditional larger notch area. In fact, Alibaba Hub reports this could give us a 35% narrower dynamic island footprint. For us, that simply means tighter bezels, better spatial efficiency, and just maximizing all that usable screen real estate. Section 2. Key hardware upgrades. Let's break down the brains and brawn inside this highly anticipated smartphone. Okay, so the main driving force here is the brand new A20 Pro chip. And the absolutely crucial detail is that it's built on a microscopic 2-nanometer process. Just for some context, making transistors that ridiculously small allows Apple to pack significantly more processing power into the exact same physical space. And they can do it without the phone immediately overheating or just totally draining your battery. It's like a giant puzzle, but microscopic. And this huge leap in technology translates to very real, very measurable performance gains. The A20 Pro delivers 22% better CPU performance and a whopping 30% better GPU efficiency compared to the older A17 Pro. So look, if you're someone who runs intensive augmented reality apps, or maybe you compile code locally or edit heavy 4K video directly on your phone, you are going to feel that speed difference immediately. Moving to the camera front. The 48-megapixel main camera now features a variable aperture. Now, if you're not a camera nerd, this is basically a lens feature that dynamically adjusts the light intake per frame, seamlessly shifting anywhere between f1.6 and f4.0. The big takeaway for you here is that it allows the camera to adapt to mixed lighting totally on the fly. We're talking much better low-light photography and just incredibly consistent exposure for all your portraits. On top of that, Apple is introducing under-display Face ID. These are biometric sensors hidden entirely beneath the screen, which, if you remember, is exactly what allows for that smaller punch-hole camera we talked about earlier. And the best part? They aren't sacrificing security or reliability just for aesthetics. Early tests are reporting a massive 99.2% unlock success rate, even in really challenging low-light conditions. Section 3. The pricing strategy. Let's do a quick wallet check, because, as we all know, premium tech always comes with a premium price tag.
So Apple is actually holding the line on the entry price. The base 256GB model starts at $1,199, but you might want to brace yourselves because the price escalates violently as you start adding storage. The 512GB model jumps up to $1,399, and if you want that massive 2TB version, you're looking at a whopping $1,849. I mean, you might honestly need to sell a kidney for that one. That top-tier price is a $650 premium literally just for some extra storage space.
Which brings us to a really crucial point. That base 256GB model, it delivers the exact same full Pro-tier performance as the most expensive model. Unless you're out there shooting massive amounts of ProRes RAW video every single day, or you just absolutely refuse to use cloud storage, you definitely do not need that 2TB premium. Actually, Alibaba Hub noted that real-world testing shows 1TB users utilize less than 72% of their capacity after 18 months anyway. So honestly, just save your money and skip those massive storage upgrades.
Section 4, is it worth buying? Let's weigh all of this information and take a look at the alternatives.
When you stack this phone against a heavy hitter like the Google Pixel 11 Pro XL, you've really got a choice to make. The iPhone, at $1,199, gives you that deep ecosystem loyalty, an incredible 6-year iOS support lifecycle, and frankly, unmatched ProRes video capture. But then there's the Pixel. Sitting $100 cheaper at $1,199, offers superior AI-powered photography tools, real-time language features, and a super clean Android experience. You really just have to weigh Apple's long-term support and hardware integration against Google's AI toolset and that cheaper entry price.
So ultimately, who is this phone actually for? Well, the iPhone 18 Pro Max is a stellar upgrade for deeply embedded Apple ecosystem users, professionals who explicitly need that ProRes video capture for their workflows, or really anyone upgrading from an iPhone 14 or older where that performance jump is going to feel massive. But if you're currently holding an iPhone 17 Pro Max, the gains here are definitely iterative, not revolutionary. You can comfortably just wait this one out.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I kind of want to turn it over to you. Based on the real data we just went through, the massive 6.9-inch screen, that ultra-efficient 2nm chip, the variable aperture camera, and of course that $1,199 starting price, are you planning to wait in line for the iPhone 18 Pro Max? Or with competitors like the Pixel offering cheaper AI ecosystems, are we maybe reaching a point where these massive hardware upgrades just aren't as necessary anymore? Let that sink in for a bit. Evaluate what you actually need out of your tech on a daily basis, and I will see you in the next explainer.